Okay, so I'm back again. Unfortunately, I got disconnected because one of our cats just jumped onto the table and on my PC and accidentally kicked or nudged the Wi-Fi dongle, and I got disconnected. Okay, so anyway, we're back in what do you call this? Shroud of the Avatar. Going to continue with my mining. I was mining last time for 1 hour and I got a little over 100 silver ores. So I got 120 I got 123 silver ores in 1 hour. That is not a good that is not a good output. I'm not saying that's the best because I'm actually very slow. It took me around 30 minutes to lap around Elysium Mines mining area. Usually, if you're really fast, you could probably do it in 15 minutes if you're really fast. But I wasn't really doing it fast. I have no reason to mine faster. I'm just mining for, I guess, to put something on my vendors, because you can see here silver ore. These are bill of exchanges or receipts, and it looks like my ores got sold from copper to gold and then silver, so I'll need to replenish or restock my supply. So that's why I'm here in Elysium Mines mining, and again, yeah, I'm not really rushing to it. Again, this game is not very well optimized. That's why you'll see some hitching. Also, I have YouTube on the right side. I was thinking of maybe watching YouTube while mining. Okay, so here we have like a 10-minute video from Two Santos Games saying that Albion Online is the best option for Ashes of Creation orphans, similar systems, and insane PvP and PvE. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to listen to it while, I guess, mining.
What's up, guys? I want to record this video in English so I can reach more people and talk about Ashes of Creation. Guys, I was a creator. I was really invested in Ashes of Creation, but it's dead.
I wonder how much he
And
spent in Ashes of Creation.
new game, a lot of people that feel
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are pissed off
new game. So I want to talk about
when
online, guys. Unfortunately,
Ashes of Creation Studio.
but
I'm not sure if the studio has shut down, but
a game that looks
I won't be surprised if it did.
that's the reason why I play Ashes of Creation, because Albion Online, it's very similar to Ashes of Creation. And I want to show this game to you guys. Just watch the video, see the gameplay, and if you like it, what I'm saying to you, you can search me on Discord, you can hit me a message, or leave a comment. It's in the bottom. We can play together. I can give you a few tips about the game. Let's start talking about Albion Online. Albion Online is a sandbox, open world. It's a huge open world. If you count the alpha servers, it's out for about 10 years, you know, and
Yeah, I played or I tried Albion Online a few times, and
servers.
I don't know. Whenever I play it,
Online a day.
I feel bored.
America server, we have
Basically, that is my
Asia server.
gauge when playing a game. If I'm playing a game and I'm bored playing it, I don't think it's for me. I'm not saying the game is not for you. I'm just saying that the game is not for me. When I tried it, I played it, and
Right now, nothing
I felt bored playing it.
online when we talk about PvP. The PvP, we have three places. Okay, we have the blue and yellow zones is the places where you die but you don't lose anything. We have the orange zones is like if you die you just lose the items on your bag, and we have red zones and black zones. Those are places that if you die you lose the whole fucking thing that you're carrying, your bag, your equipment, everything. Don't let this scare you. The equipment and gold is pretty easy to make in this game, so you don't like the equipment, you make them pretty fast. The game teaches you that you don't need to fall in love for your equipment because you're gonna lose it. That's the magic of the game, because that's make the markets in this game become really important, because the items when people die they crash, so the crafters need to work a lot and the gatherers need to work a lot to fill the market with equipment, potions and foods and everything. So the market in this game is insane. It's the best market made by players in the world of MMORPGs. Trust me guys, this is insane. And Albion Online, it's pretty fast. It is a game that you don't waste time, you know. You start playing today. I'm just gonna give you an example. If you start playing now, I'll say I am your friend. I will give you a few things that you can pop up to get some XP. And we both, I'm playing this game for almost 7 years. We both can go to the end game zones and start leveling up and start like PvPing whoever we're gonna find on the way. We can run, we can escape, but we can also fight. And you can help me, you know, you can face players that started to play 7.
But what if the player is not into PvP and just want to play the game casually and in a more relaxed way?
Right away, it's pretty fast. And
Can that type of player go into a PvP area and not get killed?
And so that's the good thing about Ashes. You don't need to waste a lot of time. And what is cool is the PvP in this game. We have small scales PvP, which is like the casual small groups. When you like go to the dungeons, you find other groups and you can kill them, get the gear from them. Content like PvP dungeons, arenas. So you have bunch of different contents that you can do it, and they all involve PvP. But my favorite is the PvP open world, you know, solo, duo, or small scale. That's my favorite. But you also have the best.
PvP was never a thing for me when it comes with when I started playing on international servers, because
Territories.
my ping is quite high. I have like a quarter of a second ping.
And you can, there are fights that like 200 people fight.
And in a PvP type of game, if you have a high ping, you are basically a free kill.
If you like large scale battles, this is the game for you. It is a free to play game. Of course, that's a little bit of pay to win. Okay.
I'm not sure if that is still the case today, but before I would use WT fast
Level up faster.
to
But
at least reduce
when you go for PvP,
my ping from maybe 250 to 300 to
the good gear.
less than 200, 180, 160.
So game
It's still high,
important this game.
but it's a lot better than
A little bit.
250.
Play is insane. The game you play, it's looks a lot like Dota 2 or League of Legends gameplay. Whoever play those kind of games, they gonna like it. And the gameplay in this game is insane. Guys, don't let the camera and the graphics scare you or keep you all far away from this game. Try it. Trust me, you're gonna like it. Because this game is insane. When you PvP or PvE, it's like a chess. Dude, you need to be really smart. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It looks simple because we don't have a lot of skills, but it is 100% brain. Also experience. You need to know how to play your builds and the weapon that you're carrying. So it is really good. And when you kill other players and you get the gear from them, that's the best feeling ever. That's no better reward than getting your
Why not just play Ultima Online
you are about to die.
in one of those private servers?
Escape.
Yeah,
Means
if you die, you lose everything.
you're gonna shake. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh. You're gonna be scary when you go out of the open world. And dude, this game is no. It is no. Like it is, they make the game in the last years a little more easier to beginners. But dude, when you step out of the city, people can beat the shit out of you, and they don't fucking care. They don't care. They can beat the shit out of you.
Why would I want someone to beat the shit out of me?
PvP guys,
It doesn't sound fun,
game. If you like something pretty
right? Why would I want that?
systems,
Why would I want someone to beat the shit out of me? Again,
but trust me when I
it doesn't sound fun, at least for me.
start playing Ashes of Creation
Maybe it's fun for the one doing the beating,
videos,
but
system, the vibe,
it sounds like it's not fun for the one getting beaten.
they're very similar. So you're gonna love Albion Online. So try it. Leave in the comments if you're gonna try it, and I wanna hear what you have to say. Also, don't forget to comment if you already tried before. Give it another shot. In this year they're gonna make the graphic looks good on the roadmap, and they're gonna put some dragons over here. We're gonna have dragons. We're gonna have a lot of PvP content in this year as well. And for the content creators, this game is insane. Like I told you, there are over 300,000 people playing this game a day. That's no lie, dude. That's a lot of people playing this game. Wherever you go, there's a lot of people playing. So there's a lot of people watching as well. There's a lot of people looking for content. So it's pretty easy to grow in Albion Online if you are like a beginner content creator that's looking for a game that you can engage in your channel. This is the game. Trust me.
I saw my youngest son playing Albion Online. Who knows, I might give it another try. Again, the first few times I tried playing Albion Online,
Good for creators to start playing out.
I felt bored for a while.
So I hope you like
It was fun for a while when I started, and then later
and watch my video.
I felt bored.
Watch my
Maybe
show.
because I'm just doing one thing, and that is gathering resources.
You
But then again,
So this is what
I do a lot of gathering in Shroud of the Avatar, and
was the game that I was aiming.
I don't get bored gathering resources in Shroud of the Avatar or in any of the
And the good thing about
survival games that
it's made
I
for,
play, like maybe Valheim,
this game is
Conan Exiles, and others.
so we don't. It's not like Asia, nothing like that. You know, like Asian style gameplay, Asian style is
What's wrong with Asian style gameplay?
inspiration, the graphics, the
Do you hate Asian? Just kidding.
pay to win, crazy pay to win, or Asian skins, you know, style, nothing like that. Trust me, you're gonna like this game, you know. So let's go, guys.
That's just it. I don't know. Okay, so I remember seeing a node here, but I don't see it anymore. I wonder, did they remove it? Okay, so that was Albion Online is the best option for Ashes of Creation orphans. Honestly, it really depends on what type of players are playing or played Ashes of Creations. Okay, Content Farm. Ooh, this is 2 hours. I'm not going. Ashes of Creation fans, this is not good. Okay, so this is a 4-minute video by Dino. Dang. Let's go listen to what he has to say about Ashes of Creations.
Yo, what up, boys? I'm Dino, and welcome to my channel. Listen, if you've already been here, you already know what it is, who I am, and what I'm up to, okay? For the most part, it's been 2 weeks since my last video, and it's very sad to say that with this video after 2 weeks of being a little MIA, guys, I got some bad news. So, Ashes of Creation, it's shutting down. It's not.
Yeah, Ashes of Creation is dead.
I don't even know what to say. I'm coping with it. You know, I've been working and like looking from afar at all the news and all the drama and all the.
So someone in the comments section in one of my shorts said that
It's
Shroud of the Avatar is dead. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not going to disagree with that. But the difference is
You know.
with Ashes of Creations,
You know what I mean? So yeah, Ashes of Creation.
the server will
I'm not even gonna put any.
shut down.
Nothing. I'm just gonna.
Don't know when, but pretty sure.
Ashes of
Well, I'm not
Creation leaving.
saying that as a
Got the $500 package, Brave of the Worlds, 8 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, and
as
a lot
definite.
NDA test, which I won't get into, obviously. And I played, you know, I have a lot of videos on YouTube with the tests that I could show, and I put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and to me, which was, you know,
So
to me that's
what I was saying,
it took me a lot to.
sure, Shroud of the Avatar can be called dead because
So it's very
at most,
see the game not coming out after all.
at most it could have maybe
Not exactly
50 to 100
a lot of
people playing.
information and details and reasons and
But the thing is,
something about the board,
with Shroud of the Avatar,
payroll, and millions of dollars.
even though it's
I don't know. At the end of the
a
day,
dead game,
it comes down to money.
the server
Usually, that's
still exists.
usually money is the issue.
I could
So I believe maybe
stop playing for a year,
it's just too over budget and
come back, and the server is still there.
unfinished.
In fact,
And people,
I did not play Shroud of the Avatar
you know, and with the game not being paid,
during the holiday months,
they're just not making money. They're just.
and then I came back,
I think that's what's happening.
and guess what?
For them to
The server is still there.
Are they gonna sell the title to somebody else, and somebody else is gonna finish.
Can you say the same thing with Ashes of Creation?
Honestly, the only thing I can
Not sure.
get a refund.
Maybe the server will last for another year.
That money again, but
Maybe it will last for a few days.
$500 back.
I don't know.
It's after
Because
a year,
there is no studio supporting
and, you know, being
Ashes of Creation anymore,
show out any
which is very different with Shroud of the Avatar.
trying to send it and get
There
you know directly
are still like maybe two
game.
people
I don't know. I just
in the studio working on the game, updating it, even though the updates are basically just
coming. I myself are one of the
putting up more items to sell in
that this was going to
the
happen.
store.
That we were gonna get.
Yeah, that is the difference.
Was gonna be able to basically play like
That is the difference between the two dead games.
Lineage 3 was gonna be terrible.
Ashes of Creation is dead.
Water after some time. So, but
The server will soon
it's
disappear.
closed. It's not.
Shroud of the Avatar is dead, but
And I
the server
get my money back if that's possible.
has a
You know, whatever. I guess that's another one for the log.
more guarantee, or well, it's not a guarantee. You feel more secure that the server will not go away anytime soon, because again, there are at least two people working on it.
Doing other things.
I think I could be wrong though.
Trying to move on. Okay, so I hope that everybody can dive into a brand new game and enjoy your time spent in whatever new game that you are playing or old game. You know, RuneScape is still good, it's still popping. You know, but yeah, it's just I'm kind of lost for words. You know, I'm glad I got Kitty. Kitty keeps me smiling. You know, it's a Valentine's month, so happy Valentine's, everybody. And you know, I'm just lost for words, guys. I can't believe it. It's freaking over. This is Dino. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, peace.
Okay, so that was the 4-minute video. And what do we have here? Ashes of Creation. This is quite long. This one is an 8-minute or maybe a 9-minute video. A week later, my thoughts, creation of ashes. Yeah, it's no longer Ashes of Creation. It's just ashes. They created ashes. Okay, I'm going to take a look. I'm going to listen to this one while I'm mining.
You blew it!
Okay, let's get serious. I did not want to make this video. And not because I don't have opinions, but because part of me was hoping that even a week later, that this wasn't going to be real. That we'd wake up and hear that it was exaggerated or misunderstood or fixable. But the more and more information that's coming out, the harder it is to ignore what is actually happening here. Because this isn't just another story of an MMO struggling. This is the story of a collapse of a game that we thought was supposed to save the genre. And Ashes of Creation wasn't just hype. It wasn't just marketing. For many of us, it was that hope. If you've been an MMO player for the last decade, you know the feeling. Watching the genre slowly drift away from what made it magical. Community-driven worlds, meaningful progression, player conflict that mattered, social dependency. Ashes of Creation looked at all of that and said, you know what? We're bringing this back. And we believed them. So what happened? Let's step back and talk about what we actually know. Not rumors, not outrage farming, just the reality as it stands. Steven Sharif stepped away. Senior leadership followed. Layoffs hit the studio. Reports began circulating that the future of the project was in serious jeopardy. And suddenly, a game we assumed was inevitable started to feel very fragile. So
To be honest though, I was really looking forward to the release or the final form of Ashes of Creation as well.
a few of you may
I
be
was.
on this channel because of it. I've defended this game when people called it a scam. I told friends to keep their eye on it. When it came out,
I wasn't going to spend any money on it, but
I talked to them about it.
I was still looking forward
Like it was a preview of the future.
to Ashes of Creation getting an actual release, you know, a version 1.
These games take time, right?
It's the same with Star Citizen.
About all of this for me is how blind I'm.
I have no plans right now of like spending any money on Star Citizen,
faith.
but
And I think the hope that I had for this game
I do want to see the game release and
block out
see the final form of the game.
that I could have had. Not that it wasn't lingering in the back of your mind, but you kind of push it back. So now let's zoom out away from me. And if you spent even 5 minutes reading forums, Discord, or Reddit lately, you can feel it. It's not just me. It's everybody. Not rage. It's not betrayal. It's grief. You know, years of emotional investment that we've had in this game. Some of us financially backed it. We've identified, you know, this as an upcoming world for us. We had guild plans, friend groups waiting to migrate. We weren't just waiting for a game, we were waiting for a place for us to live. So let's talk about what everybody is saying. You're going to hear some strong words right now. Scam, fraud, cash grab. You know, I'm not here to declare that because massive creative failures and deliberate deception are not the same thing. But what
The thing with Ashes of Creation is that
anticipated falls apart.
they did say the game was fully funded.
Damage.
So if the game's development is fully funded,
Because this
what happened?
with this private
What happened to the fully funded game development? How did they run out of money if the game is fully funded?
you know,
It doesn't make sense.
the way of his vision, his dream for this game, our dream for this game, everything that we want it to be. Everything was going to be funded by him. And yes, we helped him along the way with these backer group, these backer passes, or you know, what we hoped would come into Steam was going to be maybe a little bit of help at the same time. Was it ready to come to Steam? Probably not, but you know, maybe they needed a little financial help. I don't know, man. It just seeing that deception.
The thing here is this: if you're going to start,
Creations.
if you are a Western,
Sins.
if you're in the West and you're thinking of funding an MMO,
Against modern MMO
it's best to outsource the development to an Eastern game development company, because
players.
that way
It felt like to be excited again.
you won't be spending hundreds of millions of dollars in development, because
A lot of doubt.
the difference in
Wait to speak.
salaries and wages
Upload this the day the news broke. I waited for a week.
is astronomical.
Outrage
You will save a lot of your funds in development, outsourcing the development itself to an Eastern game development company,
and I needed to know
rather than hiring Westerners
is
or Western ones, because again,
question.
you'll be spending more in wages and salaries,
Is this the end?
especially if you have limited funds. I'm not saying it's gonna be a success, but
Does it rise up from its own ashes?
it makes sense if you just want to make an MMO and you don't have hundreds of millions of dollars to spend on it.
Is one thing. Recovering player trust is something completely different. Let's say that this private equity group hands the bones of Ashes of Creation over to the next company, and someone takes over and they start putting out content again and coming up with this awesome plan. Do we come back? Or is it over? If all of this pans out and everything is back in business, do we even want to come back? You know, trust, it's a hard thing to regain. And I think for a lot of us, that trust has been shaken completely in a lot of cases. But what hurts the most is that we're not just losing the game. You know, it's losing what the game represented. And for a moment, for a lot of us, if not most of us, it felt like the golden age of MMOs was just right around the corner, just waiting to return. And maybe someday it will, but this week, man, it just feels like we lost something special. All right, I want you guys to be real with me in the comments. When you heard the news, now that it's been a week, you know, of reflecting, what did you feel when you heard the news? And I want you to be honest and let me know if Ashes of Creation somehow comes back. Whether there's a lawsuit, Steven comes back, he flies in like Superman to take over again, or if they give it to some other company. If Ashes starts coming back on the rise, would you even return? Or has this already become one of gaming's greatest what could have been stories? Hey guys, Post Video Corp here, thanking you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are having a great day. With Ashes gone, we're moving on to medieval fantasy. If you're interested, I've got an Enshrouded playthrough, many more games along the way. I've got Chronicles Medieval, we got Fable announced, we've got Knight's Tale. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later guys, love you.
Okay, let me check my inventory. Okay, so weight is 414. Okay, I can, my avatar can still carry a lot of things. Okay, what is this one? Ah, this is 46 minutes long. I'm not going to watch that. Wow, okay, that's not Ashes of Creation. What is this? The industry doesn't sell games, they sell hype. Yeah. I would agree to that in a way. Ashes of Creation after shutdown, mirrorlet walkthrough. The Ashes of Creation situation gets worse as everyone has been laid off at Intrepid Studios by those fake nerds. Okay, I'm going to check this one out. Listen to it, but listen to it mostly since I'm mining. Oh, the video is taking a while to load. Why?
gamesindustry.biz and the article written.
I think the video is encoded weirdly because it keeps buffering.
Developer behind Kickstarter's most successful MMO shuts down and lays off all 210 staff.
How is it a successful MMO when it didn't release? Again, an early access release, for me, I don't consider it as a release. For me, a release is the version 1 of the game or the software. That is the actual release of the game when it reaches a version 1.
Sufficient notice of the closure. That's more background in case you didn't see that initial video or you're not in the loop, which I'd be surprised if you're not. It's a pretty popular story going on, but original.
So if the game hasn't reached version 1
Kickstarted MMO
and it's already in and people are already playing it, I would consider it as a maybe an alpha or a beta, or in this case an early access. An early access is not an actual release. At least for me, it's not an actual release.
Double Fine's adventure in Mighty Number 9. The game launched into early access in December to mixed user reviews and complaints over bugs, performance issues, bots, and game systems. A post on the game's website on January 29th said that work was underway and scheduled a Twitch stream to share the development timeline, but then on January 31st, community lead Margaret Crone revealed that she and all of the dev team had been laid off via a LinkedIn post. Studio founder Stephen Sheriff, who has certainly been maligned for some of his choices when this is all falling out, who served as the game's creative director, subsequently posted on the game's Discord, giving what he described
Also, it was
limited statement in my personal capacity
revealed that
regarding the situation.
the founder of Ashes of Creation, or the studio,
Control of the company should
was involved in multi-level marketing, which a lot of people
with or carry out.
consider a scam.
So I chose to resign in protest rather than lend my name.
Does that have any connection to what happened to Ashes of Creation? I don't know. I'm just saying that
Following those departures, the board
the founder
issued
was,
notices in
in
pursuit
his early days,
jobs.
was involved in a multi-level marketing system.
Legal and governance matters. What I can say is that the developers and staff acted in good faith and deserved better than the uncertainty they are now facing. I am incredibly dismayed by the situation. The game had a development
Another weird thing that was revealed was
weeks ago, which was
before there was only one
layoff and not reflective of that.
member of the board, and that was the founder of Ashes of Creation.
With current 24
And then later,
599 players,
it was revealed by the founder itself.
sales at
He was answering to
which was founded in 2015,
an actual board of directors,
in 20
which means either the documents that was revealed were outdated and there was an actual board of directors later,
public, and
or
what are the
he was lying from the beginning.
what are the
We don't know.
insidious facts about this whole situation is that there was a clause that the money given to them through Kickstarter would be refunded if the game was never launched. Well, the game launched, not complete, but in an alpha state on Steam, and that is apparently what people are saying is the only way that they could avoid triggering this clause, but it doesn't mean that they're completely out of the woods, right? So let's go over now to Games Radar, and written by Jordan Gerblick, saying Steam is giving some players refunds for Ashes of Creation, which had the biggest MMO Kickstarter campaign ever, after leadership resignation and mass layoffs. The future of the Kickstarter-funded MMO Ashes of Creation looks uncertain. Obviously, this was written a week ago. We have a better, more certain showing of it now. At the best and dire at worst. And if you're among the masses who bought the game on Steam and feel you aren't getting your money's worth, you might have success simply asking for a refund. For some context, Ashes of Creation,
I think if you are planning on
the fundraiser launching
making an MMO as an indie studio and you would use
into
crowdfunding,
December, and only a few weeks later, it's
uh,
accepted to Ashes.
it's best to keep the
Of top leadership and mass layoffs.
game small.
Founder and Ashes of Creation's director
Keep the game small.
was the first to leave the company.
Don't overpromise.
After the board seized control of the
And once the game is released,
leadership team resigned, Intrepid
then maybe later you can add
staff of impediment
more things into the game.
Intrepid recently
So don't overpromise and keep the game small.
situation, yet we covered that. For all those reasons,
Make something that
Kickstarter
you could actually release to your
Intrepid maybe
backers or investors and supporters.
stories, even
And if that small game that you released becomes a success in the future, then
I had to do that with Dragon's Dogma recently.
that's when you add more things to it, because now you have a track record of completing and making and releasing a good game.
PC when they're not $1 billion, maybe I'll buy it. The Games Radar Plus deputy news editor Catherine Lewis was able to get a refund for the game by submitting a help request and choosing the "I have a question about this purchase" prompt rather than the refund request option. That seems to be your best shot at reaching an actual human explaining the situation. If you're past the refund date or your playtime exceeds the platform's policy for receiving a refund. There are a bunch of useful Reddit threads from people who successfully received refunds for Ashes of Creations, even with dozens of hours of playtime. Here are just a few that I found, and then they have some examples here. So, if you bought it on Steam, you might not be entirely out of luck, but all in all, not a good situation. Very bad for Ashes of Creation fans and anyone who is helping with this game is going to live up to the massive hype that it built through Kickstarter. So, what are your thoughts on all this? Are you someone who backed it on Kickstarter? Are you somebody who bought it on Steam and is going to try to refund it? Or maybe you've already refunded it. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments. Just one of the craziest situations that I have personally ever seen in the Kickstarter games world. But I guess not a crazy one. There are a lot of bad Kickstarter stories. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you're watching this Wiki and everything, please subscribe. We have new videos coming out every single week here on the channel. And if you're watching Those Fake Nerds, subscribe there, where we cover nerd and pop culture news, and we have videos coming out every day over there. Also check out our sports channel, where you're in sports, and our podcasting channel, Better Radio. Again, thank you so much for all of your time, and I will see you in the next one.
Okay, so that was from Those Fake Nerds. Ashes of Creation after shutdown, again, another walkthrough, I guess. Okay, so now I'm lost. I forgot where I was. So I'm scrolling here looking for more updates to Shroud Ashes of Creation. Something that is short, maybe less than 10 minutes. I'm not seeing anything here. Okay, maybe there are no more updates. Why am I seeing languages from, foreign languages that I don't understand? I set up my account to English and I keep seeing videos in other language. And it's just filling up my search results. I wish it would just keep the results to the language that I selected. No more results. Oh, no more. No more. Okay, let's take a look at 6 weeks. Ashes of Creation was the final nail. This one is 9 minutes from failed games. The real secret why Ashes of Creation suddenly collapsed. Let's listen to this one.
$40 million, 8 years of development, and then one morning, the buy button just disappeared. For nearly a decade, Ashes of Creation was not just a game, it was a promise.
It was a revolution.
Multiplayer online role-playing games could return. Millions of dollars were pledged. Hundreds of thousands of people followed every update. Entire YouTube careers were built around its potential. And then, almost overnight, the dream appeared to die. Ashes of Creation was removed.
A million dreams.
Reports spread that the studio had shut down. Developers were laid off. Refunds became uncertain. Players began calling it one of the biggest, massively multiplayer online game disasters in history.
Not yet, because there's still Star Citizen.
Because what looks like
Until version 1
is actually the final chapter
of Star Citizen gets released,
one built on ambition, belief, and a
and there is still a chance that
for error.
everything
Not just
goes down
disappeared.
hill or down the well, whatever the saying is.
Down under the weight of its own dream. When Ashes of Creation was first revealed, it stood apart from everything else in the massively multiplayer online market. A massive open world, player-driven cities, political systems, economic warfare, the kind of features that studios with 10 times the budget were too afraid to attempt. The game was developed by Intrepid Studios, led by Stephen Sharif, a creative director who positioned himself as a former massively multiplayer online player, frustrated by modern design compromises. Here was someone who spoke the community's language, who understood the ache of watching beloved worlds get hollowed out by corporations chasing quarterly earnings. In 2017, the Kickstarter campaign raised over $3 million. Private funding pushed the total even higher. For many, this was proof that players were hungry for something bolder. Ashes of Creation was marketed not as a product, but as a movement. Monthly developer streams and constant communication created a powerful emotional bond between the studio and its community. Fans did not just follow the game, they defended it. They recruited for it. They wore it like an identity. But ambition has a cost, and the larger the promise, the more fragile the foundation becomes. Timelines began to stretch. Alpha phases took longer than expected. Core systems were redesigned. Combat was reworked multiple times. Each change was explained as necessary, and each time the community accepted it. To fund development, Intrepid relied heavily on cosmetic sales and supporter packs. One player on Reddit posted a spreadsheet showing he had spent over $4,000 on supporter packs across 6 years. His post was titled simply, "Was it worth it?" The top reply had one word, "No." Yet the spending continued. People were not buying cosmetics, they were buying belief. The studio had no major publisher and no guaranteed long-term revenue. The project depended entirely on trust remaining intact. For a while, it did.
Again, if you're planning on making an MMO with limited funds, or if you are thinking of crowdfunding it,
What happened next?
it's best to keep the MMO small.
If you are
Very small, in fact.
subscribing means you will not miss what
Do not overpromise.
In late 2025, Ashes of Creation entered early access on Steam. The build was playable, but rough. Bugs were common. Performance issues were widespread. For a game that had spent nearly 10 years in development, expectations were not just high, they were impossible. Steam brought visibility, but also exposure. Players who had never followed the development history judged the game as it existed, not as it was promised. One early review simply read, 8 years for this. Now you might be thinking, this is where the story gets bad. But this was only the beginning. In January 2026, Steven Sharif announced he was stepping down. He cited ethical disagreements with the board of directors.
That is why you don't buy an early access game,
Left as well.
unless of course you're willing to
Everything fractured.
participate in its testing and development.
The entire
But if you are going to buy an early access game and then treat it as a final version of the game, a version 1 of the game, then
he told the
don't.
world he disagreed with the people
You're doing early access wrong.
began to panic. Discord servers that once celebrated every update were now filled with refund requests and anger. Within days, Intrepid Studios initiated mass layoffs. Developers said they were being let go with little notice. One former employee posted that they found out they were laid off through a news article, not their employer. Steam responded by disabling purchases. The store page remained visible, but the buy button was gone. To the public, this looked like a death sentence. Once Steam disabled purchases, the narrative solidified instantly. The studio was finished. The game was dead. Backers faced an even harsher reality. The early access launch meant the game had technically
Also, this is another reason why Stop Killing Games existed,
thousands found themselves staring at a
to prevent
with no buy
developers to just shut down their game, with leaving the gamers
erode.
with nothing to play.
What made it worse,
So, in the future, maybe you should consider
laid off. Communication
looking at games that
clarification
has an offline or have an offline mode before
felt like conflict.
buying it, especially if
Ashes of
it's an online game.
because of a single mistake. It failed because of a system that could not absorb a single shock. The funding model had no safety net. The moment trust cracked, revenue disappeared with it. The scope was beyond what even the largest studios attempt. A fully dynamic MMO world is one of the most technically demanding visions in all of gaming. The governance was fractured. Creative leadership versus business oversight pulled the studio apart from the inside. If you have seen our videos on Command & Conquer or SimCity, you already know how this ends. Creative vision versus corporate control. Corporate control always wins, and Steam itself transformed a protected development environment into a public courtroom where the jury had already decided the verdict. So what is the real secret behind the collapse of Ashes of Creation? It was not a scam. It was not theft. It was not a single catastrophic bug. The secret is that Ashes of Creation was never really a game studio. It was a faith-based economy, and faith does not survive a bank run. The moment confidence broke, everything came crashing down. Not slowly, not gradually. All
Well, if it's a faith-based thing,
important.
then anything other than Jesus Christ is not gonna last very long.
Still hunger for depth.
If your faith is on another thing,
sequel.
another name other than Jesus Christ is not gonna last very long, unfortunately. That is just the truth of the matter.
Is fragile. Transparency without structure is vulnerable, and belief, no matter how powerful, cannot replace sustainable foundations. But here's the question nobody is asking. What if Ashes of Creation was never going to work? What if no crowd-funded, massively multiplayer online game can survive at this scale? What if the real lesson is that players should never be asked to fund a dream they cannot control? Its story will be remembered, not just as a failed game, but as one of the most ambitious and heartbreaking experiments the massively multiplayer online game genre has ever seen. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers this week. Drop your answer.
I think this is an AI voiced video.
Massively multiplayer online game actually.
There is also a big chance that the script was also written by AI, or maybe the video itself was created by AI. Just from the, I'm just basing it from the AI voice that was used. I could be entirely wrong. Maybe that is an actual person talking, but the cadence of the speech, it's AI. It is very easy to it is very easy to spot It is very easy to spot an AI voiced video. Just listen to the speaker if it's monotonous and the cadence is like in a set interval. Yeah, there's a big chance it's voiced by AI. This is very weird though. The pole arm is very effective against ghosts. Maybe the pole arm is secretly elemental, but yeah. A pole arm is very effective against ghosts. Or wait, maybe my pole arm is elemental. I forgot. Let me check. Nope, my pole arm is not elemental. Maybe ghosts in Shroud of the Avatar are just weak against pole arms. If I was using a sword, a non-elemental sword, it would take a very long while getting rid of a ghost. Okay, there you go. Time over. I'm just going to finish some of these nodes. And look at that. Even though I was like very slow this time because I was like watching videos and reacting to it as well. Still got 200 silver ores. Okay, in an hour. Oh well, not in an hour, in 2 hours, including the first hour. And there you go, guys. That's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and if you did, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz, and see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.